Alright everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Quick video today just to quickly discuss what Eddie Howe said in this morning's press conference, the main line of it about the incoming signings, or lack of them, in the final few days of this window, and the bombshell that he dropped that has sent fans an absolute meltdown. Because we will get into this in way more detail, everyone, on tonight's podcast, live as always at 7 PM every Tuesday. So stay tuned in for that, and we'll go into more detail, and we'll talk about Forest and everything else Newcastle United related, as usual, in the weekly podcast. But I wanted to jump on quickly, because I have to make a video about this, because I put a couple of tweets out, and they've got momentum, and we've had loads of discussion with people on our social media platforms, and you see a lot of unrest, a lot of a meltdown, to be honest with you. Meltdown City right now, because just a few days until the transfer window closes, and we're yet to strengthen our starting 11. It is expected that Marc Guehi will join Newcastle United in the next 48 hours in a club record deal. According to various reports now, and Eddie Howe was asked about Guehi once again for the 27th time in a press conference, and he was saying he's not going to be going on about individual names, but we all know Guehi's been his number one target, and it's apparent that the deal is very, very close. A £70 million fee. So getting Guehi in is great and all, right? Fantastic. Sorted out that centre-back problem. Hopefully he'll be here in a big success for the next 10 years alongside Sven Botman. Fantastic. Loads of money, we know that. But at least it's done, right? Defence is showing it a bit, especially with Shaw's suspension and the injuries that we've got and whatnot. So, great stuff. However, we've still got the same right wingers that we had under Mike Ashley. So a good couple of years now, 3 years in October since the takeover, and we're still knocking about with Murphy and Miggy. And we're all known for a long time now, that's been our weak link. We've even seen it at the start of this season, until Gordon swapped on to that side, which we'll get on in a minute. But listen, that side has been clear as day. It needs sorted out, it needs improved for many and many seasons now. And apparently in every single transfer window since joining Newcastle United, Eddie Howe has wanted to improve the right wing, but he's never been able to because of FFP and because of other positions. Now what's really hot in Newcastle is other things from that Mike Ashley era. Not being able to get rid of the deadwood, not being able to get rid of certain players. You know, you've still got Fraser, Hayden, all sorts of people here. And then the likes of Almiron not leaving hasn't helped at all, has it? Because if Miggy had left to Charlotte FC a couple of weeks ago, freed up his wages, got a few million quid for him, well, we wanted about 15, then we could have strengthened the right wing, but we can't. And now what fans are saying, and fans are going mad at online, you can search for it yourself, just go on our Twitter and then everything else in UFC, you can see all the chaos that's ensuing online of fans losing the plot, but rightfully as well being concerned and worried and, you know, wanting us to improve, which was absolutely fine. Some people are losing their heads a little bit. To caveat the point that I will make of, you know, being worrying going into this new season with Almiron and Murphy, is that the solution is what we've seen at Bournemouth, is to put Barnes on the left, Gordon on the right. And if those three up front stay fit, including Alexander Isak, then we're laughing. To be honest with you, I think that's a great front three. And that solves the problems there. The fact that, you know, last season, goals weren't the issue. To be fair, we all know the right wing, the quality on the eye and everything else, and assists and goals for them isn't great. We did have a record-breaking season in the Premier League in terms of goals last year, even with all the injuries and all the competitions we were in. So that's a good point. The point we struggled in was defensive. And I think that was mainly down to Nick Pope missing, because we've seen the season before that, when we did get top four, we did have a very solid defence with your Dan Burns and your Nick Popes and that. So with that being improved, with Howe getting better, with hopefully Tino getting better, and then having Guehi and Botman there when they're fit, we'll be laughing. But the problem is, again, we're talking in hypotheticals once more, where we're like, well, as long as Bruno stays fit, as long as Isak stays fit, then we're sound. But there's no guarantee of them staying fit. No, now our bloody injury records. Definitely not. However, you know, obviously less competitions now, no European football, 1 game a week for the majority of the season, more time in the training ground, no jet lag from flying everywhere, no injuries, this, that, you know. So it should improve, and we should be sound, and I still believe, you might call us mental, that we can challenge top 4 this year with the current squad if everyone stays fit. You know, Tonali's come back as well, and let's not forget that, sound of Tonali. So I do like to be positive on that side of things, but I will also be realistic and say, going into next season, without a right winger being signed is berserk. It's bizarre. And it is worrying. Because Eddie Howe, I haven't even put the quote, I'll put it on the screen at the start, but now I'll reiterate it. Eddie Howe was asked, will you be signing a right winger and a centre-back this week? And he said, no, probably not. So again, it's not like he's ruled it out entirely, But, you know, on the basis of that, I would be surprised if we're signing the right winger as well. Unless it was a loan to buy, which was rumoured for a very long time that was going to be Madueke. Now it's Sterling that's leaving Chelsea instead. Now Madueke is scoring hat-tricks, so that's looking very unlikely that they'll let him leave, although it is Chelsea. They'll be signing about 4 more players in the next hour before this video even comes out. Currently just being linked with making a bid for Ivan Toney. Crazy, and we can't sign a right winger on loan. Anyways, yeah, so listen, it is frustrating, it is worrying that all this summer long with what Darren Neal's been saying in June in Germany, what Mitchell's been saying since he came in, that we haven't been able to identify a right winger. Now, Chiesa, who we've been linked with so many times, is rumoured to be going to Liverpool. He may be waiting for Barcelona, but if not, Liverpool want him. There is options there. There is options there, and fans are annoyed at this, and they're annoyed at when Eddie Howe's saying, oh, small pool of players, you know, we've only got a small pool of players to work with to improve us. I don't think we have, like. Have you seen Almiron's stats the last few years? Yeah? I think most players would improve him. I tell you what, that Semenyo, who played for Bournemouth against us on the weekend, he would improve her. And Buemo would improve her. You could list loads of right wingers in the Premier League that would improve us and overseas. So, listen, again, I'm not going to go into full rant mode. I'm not going to go mad. I will still reserve judgment until Friday at 11 PM, when I will then do a live stream. Deadline day is finished, right? So stay tuned for that. Guehi will sign. I've said it all along. Marc Guehi will sign. That'll be a great sign. It'll be a record fee. Have it overpaid. Absolutely is what it is. Not being able to strengthen right wing, though, as it stands, and that's what Eddie Howe's saying, then it is worrying. It is very, very worrying. I don't think we will. I don't think we will, to be honest with you. I think we'll get Guehi, and I think we'll probably get James Trafford as well. Because, you know, Vlad Domos and Dubravka are likely to leave. Then that option for James Trafford comes in where that's a loan to buy, is the rumour. So I could see them two happening. Guehi, definitely right winger. I just think now with the window ticking down, we've had all these months and we haven't done it. I can't see it. I think he will probably go with Gordon as the right winger. He will be happy with Murphy after a good pre-season, and he's always happy with Almiron. Even though obviously you want to sell him, but in terms of, you know, trusting him, his system and everything, you'll back him and you'll put him in there. But listen, it is annoying. Let's be fair. It is. I'll be gutted if we don't send a right winger. I think it'll really, really halt our progress. And this is what a lot of fans are saying online now, saying, "Oh, we're blowing it. We've completely effed it." And it could be a season where Howe pays for it, is what a lot of fans are saying online. And they're saying, you know, another year goes by without European football. If we'll replicate what we did last season, then Gordon will leave, he's had to leave, Bruno will leave, they'll not stay here without European football. And there is a lot of truth in that, to be honest with you. I think it is a huge season ahead for the football club, and that's why it is a shame and disappointing that we haven't been able to strengthen that right wing so far, as it looks anyways, with only a few days left of the window. But we'll get into all that a lot more in tonight's podcast. We'll get into all that a lot more on Friday night when the transfer window does slam shut. But the latest is Marc Guehi at Newcastle. It should be done in the next 40 hours, or at least approved. Be interesting to see if he plays tonight. His Palace have got a cup game. Hopefully he doesn't, because then he'll be cup tied for us, which will be a nightmare, as we play Forest tomorrow night in our first Carabao Cup round game, the second round for us. Looking forward to it. I'll be down there, so stay tuned for all that action as well. But most importantly, join in the comments right now on this video, and join in live tonight at 7 PM for our podcast. Just watching, everyone. Drop a like, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.